What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Legion on Zoom. It's good to be back. I missed you all. This is Ches.
Yo, and this is Miguel. It is good to be back. We just took a very fucking well-deserved break, I'm sure, and we got shit to talk about.
And this is Rod. What's up?
That shit fucking dwindles the urge to kill. To quote Mick Thompson from Slipknot.
But taking breaks or talking shit or both
actually. Fucking crazy shit going down. Like, we're back and already history is already being made aside from our triumphant return. Tim Drake is now bisexual. Let's get right to it. This is very interesting. My hot take, I'm with it because they made it work. I'm not a fan of when they go and they just like retcon a hero's past like actual sexuality completely. And like, hey, he's gay now, or hey, she's gay now, just go with it. This works. I like it.
Yeah, I'm with it. Like, I haven't read the issue that came out. Everybody's coming out. Right? And we something, it came out in the Batman Urban Legends book, and I've been hearing some good things about it. Actually, even before this, apparently it holds like it's like mini stories that has like Jason Todd. That's kind of basically the main Jason Todd book out right now, and like for the Red Hood, and then it's had this Tim Drake story, and it's been going on for, I think this was issue 6 or 7, and so, you know, all the more reason why I'm gonna dive into this once it's on the DC Universe Infinite app. But exactly, I'm like, oh sure, you know, right? As long as the writer made it work. Like, I don't know. I guess, I hope, right?
I mean, his thing with spoiler is canon, right? That right there is what makes it work. If it was like, oh, he never had a thing with Stephanie Brown, you know, he's just bi now, or he's just getting, it's like, wait, but for that, just make a new character, like they did with Batwoman.
And it makes sense to use Tim, right? Because when I saw the article headline, like Robin comes out as bisexual, I'm like, okay, which one is it? Is it going to be Nightwing? Because he's the best person to turn gay, right? But
no, but he's not Robin
too
though.
Much. Yeah, right. But he has like way too. But I thought it was like it could be any Robin or something, or like any comic book. I didn't know it was like the proper DC timeline either. Like I honestly don't know which. I mean, you just said the book, but I haven't read it. I'm not even sure if he has a partner, a same-sex partner now, or what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's Tim Drake. Just, you know, do everything. They killed him off years ago. Make him bi now. Make him black a few years from now. Well, he is. Well, we'll get to Titans later, but yeah.
No, but Tim Drake hasn't died in the comic books, no, because he, in that Detective Comics run, which was basically him leading a team, he disappeared. Like, he died, but it was like Superman's dad, that, you know, comic book wackiness that pulled him out. But I don't know if he had died before that.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
I don't think so.
Yeah, from my understanding,
like, they did bill it as his death, but then, you know, in comic books they always come back. But whatever.
Right, because technically in the comic books, Jason Todd and Damian Wayne are the only ones who died, who actually were dead, and then came back, were resurrected. Tim Drake, right, everybody thought he died, and it was this great shot, great image of him getting like attacked by a lot of drones, but then he was, you know, pulled from the time stream or whatever, but because of Jor-El, which is a whole other fucking story. But he came back.
Yeah, but that means that Robins are still batting a 50% survival rate, which is fucking insane. And I actually had a little thought earlier today, and I'm glad I just remembered it. Isn't he supposed to be Red Robin by now? Like, it's been a long ass time since he debuted as Tim Drake Robin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the one thing I haven't loved what they've done with Tim Drake, that he hasn't found a good spot outside of being Robin. Because he went with Red Robin for a minute, and then he went back to Robin, and then he went to this horrible time as Drake, just as Drake in the Young Justice team, and he had a horrible suit. It was like gray and brown, and it was like gross. And then apparently now on Urban Legends, I remember this came out not that long ago, where I think either Stephanie Brown or someone else or Barbara Gordon made a joke saying like, "I'm not calling you Drake." And so then he went back to just Robin, right? Which is obviously confusing because Damian Wayne is still very much Robin. But all right, we have plenty Spider-Mans, right? So,
But that's what I don't get though. So as per the Kingdom Come storyline, and also as per other iterations, he eventually does become Red Robin. Like, why haven't they just done that yet? Like, I don't understand that. That's so weird. And hear me out. I just thought of this. I have an idea for a Tim Drake book. Like, Gotham is fucking huge, right? It's huge. Just give him a book where he stops crime all night, like the regular crimes. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like a profile about the human condition and shit, you know? Like, he doesn't go after the wackies. He's on some like the Huntress type shit. That'd be pretty dope.
Yo, DC, hire Ches
Facts.
to write your Drake book.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, call that shit Drake.
Call it Drake.
I mean,
No,
Dick
yo-
Grayson did it.
Yeah.
Word.
Grayson.
Hell yeah. No, but if you like, Tim Drake, something along those lines, actually, I highly recommend the Detective Comics run right after like the Rebirth, the run, which was by James Tynion the Fourth, I think. Awesome, because it was a team book and it was really Robin's book, and because he's leading the team, and he was all about that, about like, because he's the smart techie one, right? And
Yeah.
so he was all about trying to figure out how to stop crime at a bigger way, like in a bigger level than just like individual bad guys and stuff like that. And it was fun. But yeah, going back to your original point, because for fans out there, he had a long-standing relationship with Spoiler, Stephanie Brown. And then they broke up. Apparently, one issue people have had that they broke up, apparently like off panel. Like they just kind of said it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And then she died in War Games, right? After they broke up.
Yeah. Then they revived her in one of the reboots.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Like,
Yeah, like in the
was there even a
Rebirth or
thing to her revival? Or was it just like she just came into panel like, hey,
Damn, I don't remember.
No.
Yeah, but
I-
she
I
died
thi-
too. So that's 3 Robins.
Oh,
that are
word, huh?
dead or
oh,
died.
yo, where she was a Robin. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah.
That brings it below 50%.
Definitely.
Like, yo, I'm starting to relate to the Dick Grayson from Titans more and more.
Yo, in which we gotta get into
Word.
Titans
Word.
in a minute. Yeah,
Wait.
but answering Rod's comment earlier, like no, apparently he doesn't have a boyfriend yet, but the whole thing was apparently from what the previews and all the fucking news articles, right? Because that was fucking cool to see comic books like on NPR, fucking the New York Times and
Facts.
stuff. Like fuck. And they were using things wrong. A lot of times the images that they talked about had Dick Grayson. I'm like, nah, motherfuckers, that's not the Robin we're talking about. Okay.
That's some shit. Fuck around like they had like a picture of like the old school campy Batman 69 and shit. Like,
Word. Yo, this
Batman
is why
69. I want to watch that. But it's funny.
What is it? 66?
Yeah, 66. No, but this, I don't know. Apparently 69 now. But like, for the average news reader, you just read Robin is bisexual because they're not like super geeky like us where they differentiate each Robin.
Mhm.
And Tim Drake really has become the most throwaway Robin. And
Shut your mouth.
I say this because prior to the introduction of Damian Wayne by Grant Morrison, Jeff Johns was building Tim Drake as the next Batman. He even is a future Batman.
Yeah.
He's very much like Bruce. He's, moody, the detective,
Word.
tech geek. He's willing to lie to his teammates. This was explored a lot in Teen Titans. But then they gave us Damian Wayne, who literally is a little Batman, right? So
wait,
it's like,
and one caveat, he's the only Robin that actually like, well, aside technically Damien, that had his parents.
Tim?
Yeah, he wasn't an orphan.
Yeah, until they
Yeah.
killed him, his dad, in
geez,
Identity
what the
Crisis.
fuck, bro?
Remember?
Identity
And
crisis. Identity
Captain
crisis.
Boomerang. This is
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was rough. That was
But yeah, so
painful.
once they brought in Damien, I'm like, dang, that's it. Tim is extra now. And then DC even saw this with the new 52. They kind of wrote out his story of him as Robin and made him immediately Red Robin in the new Teen Titans. And he apparently studied under Bruce Wayne, but was never a proper Robin. And then, with the Rebirth, they start to like interweave that history again. Cause there were a lot of things that the fans didn't like about the new 52. That was one of them, like wiping out Tim Drake's time as Robin.
Which is insane. Like who are these people like that hear these things and are like, you know what? It's a good idea. Like, let's go ahead and wipe
Jeff
that.
Johns and Jim Lee.
Jesus. Oh my, I doubt.
Come on.
Nah, man. I have faith in Jim Lee. I don't know about Jeff Johns, but
They can't be perfect, right? They can't be perfect. It's not all,
fine.
But they are right though. He is extra as hell. That's why they're throwing everything at him. Like make him ethnic, make him bi, whatever.
See what I'm saying? And I brought that shit up. Like I think it was like a bunch of episodes ago, and where I had said something like, they put everything in one character. Oh, he's missing is just to be disabled now. Like that's it. Like yeah, and then it's like the pantheon in one like I had mentioned that.
Stick, right?
And by the way, guys, congrats. I think we've been talking shit for close to 50 hours now.
Oh shit! In terms of episodes we've dropped, and all that
like
shit?
total
Hell
volume,
yeah.
50 hours of talking shit. I would
More
rather
than
not have
that,
done this
yeah.
with any other fucking degenerates.
We have put out
God.
content out there for the
Just
world.
Garbage out there into people's lives.
Yeah.
Just the continuing with the garbage talk, I'm gonna have a counter argument that, like, I know what you're saying, Rod, but like, especially because I understand from you with all the Nightwing stuff right behind you, we can obviously tell who was your favorite Robin. But like for me, because like I for me in a way grew up with him as my Robin. Like when I got into comic books and Batman books at the time, like he was the Robin. And I remember they had the Robin book, and I bought that a few issues, and I was like, I didn't follow it like religiously, like X-Men or something, but he was like my Robin. And then obviously the animated series confused me because it was Dick Grayson, and it's like, oh, now fuck, this guy's my Robin. But for me, those two have been like, I don't know, I liked it, and that's why I really love that Detective Comics run, because I felt like it really showed me how Tim Drake is very different. That's all out of all the Robins, they're all different from each other, which I love, right? Like they're not
Tim Drake is the best.
Oh,
and listen, man, I'm with you because I'm gonna use this as an opportunity.
Best.
I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to flex because I own a copy of Robin #1. Just throwing it out there. Yes. The Tim Drake one from the 90s. And he's the shit, dude. He literally, like, he got the gig because he went up to Batman and said, I know you're Bruce Wayne.
Word.
Like, it doesn't
exactly. He's the only Robin, technically, I guess, outside of Damian, I guess, would count, that he wanted to become Robin, right? Whereas like Dick Grayson and Jason Todd were kind of like, Bruce Wayne was like, young.
And
kids,
don't get me wrong, they're all epic, but I
more often than not, in Mad Future timelines, Tim Drake ends up being Batman. Am I wrong or not?
But now Damian, he's kind of taking that future Batman role. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. He was cool. And then in Young Justice, they pretty much stripped characteristics from Tim Drake and gave it to Dick Grayson and made Dick Grayson like a tech genius in Young Justice.
Cartoon, right? Yeah.
They literally don't know. They legit don't know. Yeah. They don't know what to do with Tim Drake.
In the animated series, they basically made Jason Todd's origin, Tim Drake's. I don't know, man.
You're right, except for the third season, right? When we
Tim
got
Drake is kind of boring.
The New Adventures. What?
She's the wackest. I got Stephanie Brown.
Yo,
she looked cool.
Above Tim Drake?
I'm offended. I'm offended.
Man, after we need another break. First. We need another break. Fuck, we came back to this shit.
Word, yo. This Robin had a whip, yo. He had a car. Get out of here, man. You're bugging.
Nah. This is why I missed you guys. I missed you guys.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that and fuck you. Moving on.